you remember the day they took us away? Do you remember? Do you remember the night? How we put up such a fight, but they still snuffed our light. Do you remember? Do you remember black bodies pressed and pinched, the foul and terrible stench, the Dutch, Spaniards, English, and French, and the infamous Willie Lynch? Do you remember? Do you remember the ship and the long punishing trip, flesh off our bones ripped at the crack of the whip? Do you remember? Do you remember our loved one's last kiss and the iron that cut deep into our wrists? And oh, how we prayed and wished as the schools of hungry fish followed us off into the mist. Do you remember? Do you remember the cause and the reason we broke the laws? Hold up, wait a minute, pause. Do you remember? Do you remember the hour they took all our power and how it made us sour? Do you remember? Do you remember the song and how everyone sang along while we wondered what went wrong? Do you remember? Do you remember being alone and how your spirit moaned, your heart turned to stone as you longed for a day to atone? Do you remember? Do you remember deep, deep down how we regretted losing our crown, our hands and feet bound, our mothers and fathers drowned as we landed in Fort Monroe town? Do you remember? Do you remember not long after we docked how we were sold on the block? Time stood still, no clock, as our enemies mocked. Do you remember? Do you remember the blood, sweat, tears, and mud renamed our black male stud? Do you remember? Do you remember the unforgiving cross and a land so far lost, paying the 400-year cost? Do you remember? Do you remember the year 1619 here? Oh, how we shook and feared while nobody seemed to care. Do you remember? Do you remember the day they took us away?